what we're starting to recognize is slowly but surely the food that we do get from grocery stores, right? The food that we are eating from restaurants, whether that's fast food or even high end, dude, all of it's designed to kill us. There's a lot of stuff that goes involved in the processing of these foods that when it enters the body just goes, I don't even know what the hell this is.
So I never think it's the food that's at fault. It's always the lifestyle.
You know, I wanna throw this in. Do you think it was harder to find good food back in the day, or do you think it's harder now to find and source yourself good food?
You mean like at like restaurants or like
just in general? Because I feel like now everyone and everything is like cutting down on quality to cut costs, and so now it's like if you want to go out and eat, you have to be very selective where you eat. Right, which I'm not sure like if 100 years ago it was the same thing or not, but just like a bit curious if like you've ever kind of studied that or looked into it.
Well, I personally think like food is best as it's ever been.
Now?
Now.
Okay.
Wow.
Just because of competition, everyone's stepping it up. People are more. Go ahead.
In what realm are you saying food is better than it's ever been? Are we talking about like food you get from the grocery stores or food from the restaurant perspective? Because I know that's kind of your focus niche.
Yeah, I would say both.
Both, okay.
Grocery store because people are more concerned about quality now, and the restaurants as well because people are just so creative now in 2024.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, more cuisines are introduced now, like. Chinese food isn't viewed as just like orange chicken in general. So it's now like dim sum and different types of dumplings. And
which I'm yet to try, by the way.
So you're saying there's more cultural appropriation going on with food? Is that what it is, or like?
Yeah, people are more open to it too.
I see. Okay.
Like kids aren't getting made fun of for bringing X to lunch anymore.
I see.
As we did as kids, you know.
I see. Interesting.
I'll be honest. I feel like one of the directions I'd like to take the conversation. I guess we'll start with this because one of my biggest concerns is the quality of food that we do consume on a daily basis. I feel like just in general because once you put corporations behind anything like pharmaceuticals, behind food, what we're starting to recognize is slowly but surely the food that we do get from grocery stores. Right? The food that we are eating from restaurants, whether that's fast food or even high end, dude, all of it's designed to kill us. Like, I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine because, we do events, travel events and stuff like that. And he was explaining to me, because he's also a vendor, he was explaining like, bro, every time I'm in a third world country, I feel better when I wake up. Just from the food that I'm eating in that
third
area.
World?
From third world countries.
What?
And I told him, I was like, bro, that's insane. I literally have the same experience.
What? Where?
When we went to, and I'm not gonna, I guess they're not all third world. I'm not gonna disrespect people. Be like, what? Thailand's not third world. But like, let's say for
start listing all the third world countries, guys.
Like, let's say for example, like the different parts of Mexico that I've been to, right? Costa Rica, Colombia, Malaysia, Thailand. Some of the countries that I've been to, I swear to God, it's like. You go and a couple days in, you start waking up and you're more energized. You know what I'm saying? Your skin starts to clear up. And it's just like, you just start to feel better as a person. You know what I mean? Like when we went to Costa Rica, bro, I mean, the food wasn't necessarily Costa Rican cuisine, I'm not going to lie. It's not something to write home about, right? But it just felt cleaner. And here we are pulling 5-mile hikes on a daily basis. We're flipping, we're walking, we're moving our bodies for hours a day. You know what I'm saying?
That's because you're on vacation.
No, yeah, 100%. I get it. But it's like what I start to notice, because I tell myself that, right? That it's because I'm on vacation, I have this newfound energy, right? Every time I come back, I'm so motivated to get up in the morning, get my day started, go kill the day. All it takes is 2 or 3 days, and I'm back into my old routine.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Completely normal.
And I feel disgusting again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, and in my mind, it 100% has to do with the foods. And slowly but surely, I'm not trusting the foods that we are eating here in the States.
I see.
At all.
Are you talking about
I just
like
flipping dumped all that on. Eat some fruit, my guy.
So are you talking about fruits like this?
I'm talking about everything.
Okay.
Everything few and far in between.
Yeah.
Because we understand certain things. Like if we go like, McDonald's, right? That's absolutely disgusting, right? But
I mean, it depends on the day.
yeah, right. Sometimes it hits the spot. But no, I mean disgusting in terms of your insides, right? But then, like, you know, there's videos that are coming out where people are buying fruit from Costco, for example, and like they're literally bending it like rubber.
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen that.
That's normal though.
Yeah, what is that?
It's just oxidation of the fruit. It's just like it's a normal thing.
Yeah, but why is that all of a sudden popping up as a trend now? Like, have you seen it?
It is a trend, but like that's been happening.
So
like I've gotten mangoes like that tons of times. It happens to all fruit.
Really?
Yeah. So I never think it's the food that's at fault. It's always the lifestyle. Because like you said, in Costa Rica, you do complete different things when you're here. You're more sedentary in the United States. You're working. You're more focused on what you're trying to do, make a living, or on vacation. Obviously, you'll have less stress. You'll be walking more. And on top of that, you probably won't be snacking as much. And why would you eat Oreos on vacation? You would rather have the country's food, which is probably more nutritious and probably, like you said, like made by hand and just more like
on the natural side.
Yeah.
I respect that. I respect that a lot because we are very sedentary here. And a lot of people, they don't have a proper routine for their exercise, nor do they have a proper routine for their nutrition either. So I do respect that answer. I just, once again, the concern becomes because, all right, so one of the businesses that I have, my brother and I, is we're involved in it. We have local raw honey, right? We know raw honey is a superfood, right? And so just because of the area that I'm in terms of business, and then we do the sugarcane as well, also superfoods, so many benefits, low glycemic index sugars, really good for you stuff, right? It allows us to kind of explore a lot more of the food industry and recognize there is a serious need, educational need, but then also just a revamp of our food industry in general, right? Because there's a lot of stuff that, once again, I personally believe there's a lot of stuff, even from as simple as our fruits and vegetables to our meats to whatever, everything. There's a lot of stuff that goes involved in the processing of these foods that when it enters the body just goes, I don't even know what the hell this is, right? But because your body is capable, it just nukes it with its stomach acids. It just nukes it. It's got to process it anyways. You know what I'm saying? It's got to break it down somehow. After it drops this nuke on it, when it finally gets to the intestines, there's no longer any nutrients for the intestines to process. So now it's just waste. All you did was fill your stomach, empty it.
Like for fruits and vegetables?
For everything.
I disagree. Everything has nutrients. Just because it's not organic doesn't mean it's not healthy.
Well, I mean, then there's the whole question about organic, right? But I'd love to know, like, what makes you feel like you can trust the food industry?
The food industry gets a bad rep because of how like things are connected. But when it comes to just the nutrient part of or the nutrition part of the food, like that doesn't change. You know, at the end of the day, like I said, it's about the choices you eat or the choices you make to eat and just your overall lifestyle. Because you can eat healthy and still gain weight. You can do the keto diet, the carnivore diet, gain weight, get diabetes that way. So there's not necessarily a healthy way of eating for a blueprint. It's more so it depends on the individual, how active they are, what they choose to eat most of the time. Because like McDonald's once in a while isn't going to kill anyone.
100%.
Neither will it cause you to be unhealthy. If you have it maybe 5 times a week, 6 times a week, sure. Then we'll probably talk about your food choices. But one food or one ingredient does not define an overall health.